Hello everybody and welcome to another Star Wars The Black Series review. Today, thanks to the team over at Robot Kingdom, I'm lucky enough to be taking a slightly early look at the Red Squadron trio of droids. We have R2-D2, R5-D8 and R2-X2. Quick look around the box. It's pretty much what you would expect from your Black Series, with a brief figure bio on the rear. And here we have them out of the package. They do look rather tasty, don't they? I love the weathering detail that they've done, especially on the R2 units. It looks really well done. They look very kind of battle worn and very used. I did love the droids in the Star Wars films. A lot of them had so much character. These, of course, are all from the Red Squadron. The most noticeable is, of course, R2-D2, who was lucky enough to be alongside Luke Skywalker when he took his journey upon Jedi. But no, these are very nice looking figures. Starting off with R5-D8, as he's my favourite. You have this third leg on the inside here. That's lowered and raised by rotation. You don't get any instructions with any of these, so you expected just to know it. But there we go, that's now been raised up, and then we can just lower that down, and once it's down you get that ratcheted click. The feet can move forwards and backwards, and we have a rocker on those ankles there, and there are wheels on each of these bases. And again, the leg that we've just lowered, again, that has that same rocker motion, so we can get some nice kind of speed droid things going on. So he's just flying along, hurtling along at some speed. Really good weathering on these. Again, people with some form of art skills could probably do slightly better jobs at the weathering, but for me, as a basic collector, my son's going to be getting these anyway. I think they look good. You know, I wish Star Wars figures looked like this when I was a kid. I love the almost kind of holographic stickers that they've got going around. Really does resemble some sort of computer. Everything's flickering, lights are going on and off, etc. It's a very good look for the figure. And we get the antennae. Is it an antennae or an aerial? I can't remember what they had on top. But mine's bent. I don't know if it's meant to be bent, but it is. But yeah, really nice droids. We next go to our first R2 unit. This is the R2-X2. Very similar to R2-D2. Just done in that kind of camo green. Again, very unique weathering. None of the R2 units have the same weathering. It's all in different places, which is nice. It's nice that they haven't kept the same paint scheme going through all of their units. Again, we have that up and down process for the wheel, and then once you hit that final point, you've got that ratchet. I'm guessing that's a storage flap. We can put things in there like lightsabers, etc. But again, it's a nice unit. They do roll quite nicely, and the attention to detail is very good. I love the copper wiring on these. And finally, let's take a quick look at R2-D2, the most famous of the trio. Again, this one has a notch that this can be raised up. All of these actually come up. Each one of these has a flap, so they can be lifted up. We have the lightsaber at the top there. Love the weathering. Loads of mud and dirt there. Poor guy's literally been through the wars. You can imagine him being sat there on top of the X-Wing. Fire and smoke going around and him having to do his part to help Luke. Again, we've got that same mechanism there. I do need to go out and get myself a young Luke to go with these R2 units. How many of the Red 5 teams do we have now? Do we have any of the other pilots? I really need to get more of these Black series. Like I said, my son loves Star Wars. He loves like the Clone Wars, etc. But these were my kind of Star Wars era. This is when I watched Star Wars as a kid at the cinema and on VHS, and this is how I remember them. I don't remember them being pristine. I remember them being all battered and bruised and doing a woo as they get shot at, and C-3PO understanding what they're saying, him being a translator, of course, because none of us speak Droid, although there probably are people out there now that do speak Droid. There's people that can tell you what Cybertronian text means, so why not speak Droid as well? And finally, for a scale comparison, here they are alongside Wolf. And yes, my son and various other people on YouTube commented that I didn't have Wolf's sensor up. I had it down on the helmet, which of course is completely wrong, but as you can see, it's now up, and they do look really good. They're a perfect scale in my opinion. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Droid 3-pack Amazon exclusive, care of Robot Kingdom. For the Black series, these are exceptionally good pieces, highly recommended to collectors. These really do look the part. I can imagine having kind of a squadron base all built up, and these lingering around, and we get a Black series scaled X-Wing or something similar. We could have these loitering, and that's going to look exceptionally good. I can just imagine people army building droids. And if you have Black series collections that you want to show me, then just send me a message or send me a link, because I'd love to check them out to kind of get some inspiration. These really do tickle my fancy, and I think I may dabble in more Star Wars in the future. Once again, I'd like to thank Robot Kingdom for making this review possible. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe. If you didn't like it, then give it a thumbs down. Either or, I always appreciate your feedback. If you'd like to help fund this channel and the KO channel, then please hit that Patreon link at the end of the video. And until next time, from myself and R2D2, R2X2, and R5D8, thanks for watching. Goodbye.